Okay, so I have 12 peaches. I got them on sale at Stop & Shop. They're 88 cents a pound, which is a killer deal. So I'm going to use them up to make a peach cobbler. So like I said, I have 12 peaches. I'm going to use a stick of butter. Yes, a stick of butter. It is not Southern cooking. Yes, Candace. It is not Southern cooking without at least a stick of butter. We have all the normal spices, cinnamon, nutmeg. We're going to do lemon juice. We're going to have flour. And we're just going to make everything up. It's going to go into that really big baking dish over there. So I'm going to get going on cutting up 12 peaches. We're going to skin them, pit them, and cut them up and put them in the orange bowl, and then I will come back and show you what's going in there. Alright, so we cut up the 12 peaches. That's what we have all here. We just turned on our pan to melt that stick of butter. Oven is on to 425 at this point. Candace, can you add a 1/4 cup of white sugar?
Yeah.
And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar.
Packed or
Let's pack it. Who doesn't like a sweet dessert? Okay, so we're going to add 2 teaspoons of flour. Heaping is fine. It's just to bind the juices to the peaches so it thickens up a little bit. So we're going to have an 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So take the 1/4 teaspoon and just do half of that. Oh, nutmeg, you're going to have to pull that top hard. A little extra never hurt anybody.
Nope, I like nutmeg.
Let's do similar. Okay, so a half a
I agree.
teaspoon. It's whatever. And then
a lot
we're
of
going to do
peaches.
a half a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Measure your spices.
Not always, depending. Alrighty. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. So you can do actually a capful. Usually a cap is always a teaspoon measurement.
Oh, that's a handy tip.
Alright. This YouTubing thing is so much easier with 2 people. Alright, so we're going to mix that all around and get everything all incorporated inside. It's okay, I got fat arms too. It's just YouTube. People can judge. It's whatever. At least we're not chunky dunking.
Yeah, duh. After that truck trip, I think we might as well.
Alright.
This is chunk.
Oh, so, that little chunk, we will take a fork.
Thank you.
Yeah. Break that bad boy up. Oh, that's some tough molasses. You store it. That's fine. Let me teach you how to fold. So, hold the bowl. So when you fold, you're literally just going to go up and over. So you're just making a rotating. So if any recipe tells you to fold, if you do it that way, you know for certain that you're getting everything incorporated inside of it. Alright, is that butter done melting yet?
Almost.
Alright, so before we do anything to the peaches, we're going to have the whole stick of butter melt. Can you just shimmy the pan a little bit for me? Let's distribute that. Okay, so when that's done melting, we're going to put all that butter in the bottom of that baking dish.
Holy smokes.
And then all that butter is going to lay there, and then we're going to lay the peaches on top of the butter. Okay?
Got it.
Now that this butter is melted, go ahead and pour it in the pan. Alright, and now we are going to pour all the peaches in the pan. So just dump those bad boys right in there. I always put a pan underneath my baking dishes just in case if it overflows with goodness. Baking makes me happy.
I can tell.
So we're going to even that out. We're going to put that in a 425-degree oven for 10 minutes. So let's open up the oven. Let's get those bad boys in there. And in its cave it goes. While the peaches are in the oven, we are going to make the topping to go on top of the cobbler. So it's going to be a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, Go ahead and dump Daddy in. Dump the rest of the bag in too.
Yeah, it's not much.
Who's truly going to judge a Southern peach cobbler with a little extra brown sugar? A half a cup of granulated sugar.
A lot of sugar.
And 1 cup of flour. We're going to do the 1 cup of milk. Two teaspoons of baking powder. And the beauty with baking powder, they have this little ridge, so you can actually flatten it so when you bake.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
I always put extra vanilla. My stuff. I won't this time because this is your recipe.
Pinterest wins for them all. Alright, so you can grab a whisk. You can just mix that until incorporated.
Sit here and record me.
I am going to sit here and record you. Isn't it weird?
It is weird.
Yeah. Alright, so that's fine. That can just sit off to the side until the peaches are done baking. They still have another like 7 minutes. That's good. You don't want to overmix.
Just get dry stuff.
And then in this fun little feller, where are we? In this fun little feller. Nope, that's not going to go in there. That's actually going to go when you pour this on top of the peaches. That's way up here, honey. That, the raw sugar, which is 3 tablespoons of raw sugar and a tablespoon of cinnamon, we'll mix it together with a fork and then we'll sprinkle it over top of the cobbler topping.
Taking it out of the oven.
Alright, so this is coming out of the oven. We're going to add the cobbler mix to it. Hot to bed. We're also going to turn the oven down to 375. Don't mind our alcoholic beverage. So this is the cobbler topping. This is what we made earlier. So we're going to pour this over the top. You can see the butter is all bubbly. Don't want to get any of these juices to go away. If you can see here, the butter is starting to pile up on the top. This is going to mix beautifully with the topping. And then this is our cinnamon sugar topping. So we're just going to sprinkle it over. This gives it a nice little crust. And then it's going to go back in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until the flour mixture has puffed up and is a little golden brown. Listen to that bubble. Alright, since this has come out of the oven, you want to let it sit for a few minutes just so that flour inside the peach mixture sets up so it's not super runny. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and this will be delicious with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.